Welcome back to the
But
BT.
I love that we can hear you chewing already.
I know. I'm trying to stop. It's dry as hell, bro.
We're keeping that in too because I love that the first thing they're gonna hear is just you. They're probably loving that right now. They're loving that. So many people.
Better than this.
So many people just shut us off.
It's better than that.
Yeah, it is better. I don't know actually. All right, so we're back here. This is a B team.
Yes, sir.
Quite the morning we're having. The Birds. Monday Night Football, we're going to start there. We're going to break down Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, and then we're going to get into some of the games for Week 3. Let's start with Monday Night Football. The Birds lose 22-21 to the Falcons. Just as we all thought they would. They moved to 2-7 in their last 9 games. And, yeah, I'm not sure how the city is still standing. Thoughts, Mike?
Big drop from Saquon. You hate to see that. You have to secure that. Besides that, I thought he had a great game yet again. Jalen Hurts, tush push, back in action, even when Kelsey's gone, even though he's in the booth and he's watching it happen, it still services in Philly. It'll forever be there. I think the defense, again, I'm not sold. I'm not sold. Kirk had a lot of time in the pocket. I only think they had two or three sacks on him. They didn't have many.
It was low number sacks. I think they had 0 legit pressures, 0 touches on the quarterback in the first half. The second half, I'm not sure.
They didn't have one until the second quarter, and I believe it was late in the second quarter.
And it got called back.
No, the one didn't get called.
Oh
back.
No! I know which one you're talking about. Where he just got smashed. It was
right off the bat.
Yeah, it was
little
smashed.
stunt, and he was gone. But I will say this. Again, we're going to talk about this game for a little bit, but I thought the Falcons came out and they executed their game plan. I think gave their identities feeding Bijan. Let's be real here, and that man is a stud. He is quick. He's got a great juke move. And the O-line looked good too. The O-line was holding up. You got to give them credit. I thought the defense was really playing hard. They were playing physical. They were playing a lot more physical than the Birds.
Bates started the year fantastic.
Even last year, bro, he was a stud. The amount of picks that he had and just his safety presence, he was unbelievable last year. And I said this, you could see that pick he had against Jalen Hurts. A terrible pick right there. Matthew Judon had a really good game as well. I think A.J. Terrell played physical. He obviously let Devontae Smith get some catches and a touchdown, but overall I still think he had a pretty damn good game. But yeah, I mean, this is what we've been saying, bro. Again, we don't want to bash Hurts. This isn't a freaking show just to bash Hurts, but it's something because our fan base is mostly Philly fans. We're an outsider, you know what I mean? How many Philly fans do we know, Eagles fans, that they're just so locked in and they can't actually be real with themselves about Jalen Hurts? You see that, and what was that? That was the first or second play in that possession, which closed the game out right there. It was very early on, a really bad throw. Jesse Bates made a great play on it. Again, I'm not going to judge him after one pick, but hey, it's 2 minutes left, or I don't know how much time was left, like 30 something seconds.
There wasn't a
lot of time,
under a minute.
But they also had 2 timeouts, and listen, Atlanta.
All you needed was a field goal, and you got Jake Elliott.
Exactly. So Atlanta drove down the field in 5 plays, and it took less than 3 minutes. Anything can happen. We look at the Chiefs and the Bills last year, where they scored 13 seconds. Like, come on now, it's the NFL. But that was not a good look. Second, with like a 2-minute offense per se. Really was not pleased with that. But overall, I think he had a good game. I think he looked good in the pocket. He was making good throws, but got to make it count when it matters.
Yeah, I mean, and we're going to get into it here in a bit, but Jalen Hurts looked good last night in the first half. He was running the ball. He was using his legs. He looked really good, really good. But we have to take a look in the mirror here. Hurts and Dak they're more similar than they are different. We all have to come together here and just agree that they are way more similar than they are different. They're both prone to just making stupid errors, but they'll get you wins. They're going to be the reason you win.
I agree with that.
They're going to make stupid errors.
Obviously, they're going to be different in everyone's eyes, but like the way that they play football and like how they carry themselves, Very similar, honestly. But I think we need to pump the brakes on Hurts a little bit. All this MVP talk, I think that's way down the drain, and I just don't see him ever coming back from it, at least this year. So we need to pump the brakes on him and realize the quarterback that he is. Again, I'm not saying he sucks. I'm saying he's a good quarterback. Is he like an elite quarterback? No, he's a good quarterback, but let's pump the brakes on him because the last 2 games, even at the end, okay, it's in the past, the last season, how they ended, but last 2 games, you can't come here and sit here and tell me that he looks like a top 3 quarterback. I'm sorry. No, there's no fucking way. And that's not me hating on him because I'm glad that he won
he did not win.
He did not win. Jesus Christ.
He actually
I'm
lost
glad
the
that
game.
he played well yesterday instead of the INT that happened late in the game. Sorry. I just had to get that out.
No,
but it's the truth. It's the truth, and you know it too.
It is. It is. I want to get into more of the Eagles as a whole here. So Algier and Bijan just ran over this defense. Bijan went 14 for 97. Algier went 9 for 53. The Eagles fans, we got to be concerned for next week. You're playing the Saints team who just ran over the Cowboys defense. And I legitimately mean ran over. You have to be concerned after watching this because there was drives where Falcons just ran the ball. It only got stalled and stopped when Kirk had to throw the ball. And that I'm not putting that on Kirk because he went 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, had the perfect game, played like Cooper Rush, protect the ball, don't lose the ball. He's also not 100%, but he's 100% in the pocket. That was a funny stat last night.
That was good.
But we Eagles fans, we got to be concerned about that. I mean, you're going to be going up against one of the hottest offenses in the league next week in their dome.
Yeah. I was never sold on it, and it was suspect. I listen, I love Bryce Huff. He was a great Jet. Where the fuck was he last night? Because he was getting eaten alive on the pass rush. He had like one somewhat pressure on Kirk Cousins. But Darius Slay, I mean, still good, but obviously gave up that big catch to Darnell Mooney, I believe. Or who was it?
Yeah.
I also think it was Drake London in the end zone at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like, can't happen, man. That was an easy route. Easy route. Am I saying I got to panic with the Birds defense? No, but yes. Like, again, D-line did all right. I didn't really, I don't know. I felt like the defenses were kind of mirroring each other. I just thought the Falcons played better overall. I think they were just more physical and they wanted it more. But that secondary, Quinyon Mitchell, that's your future. That's your bright spot. He should have had that pick against Drake London, but besides that, it's just not. I know they're young. I know they're gonna have time. They're gonna develop these young guys, but I am concerned overall. So they move on. You play a damn good team next week, who I thought was the worst team in the league. Shout out to me. I'm a fucking moron. Derek Carr, listen, is he ass or is he gas? I don't know. Please make him gas because he's on my fantasy team and we need to snap. So
I think he's going to do really well against this defensive kick.
I actually think so too.
You have to remember, Derek Carr can actually move. He's not injured. He is 100%. And he's going to be able to move. He's got guys that he's throwing bombs to. I think the Eagles are going to be in. They might get blown out as well.
What is the spread on that game?
The spread on that
It's got to be like 5.5.
It is
3.5 or 5.5.
Can't find it. Saints 1.5.
Wow.
Yep.
It's pick 'em.
Yep.
Honestly, that's fair. That
is fair. It's
accurate.
in a dome.
In the dome, especially after the L here.
Eagles play at Saints, at Bucks, versus Browns, at Giants, at Bengals, versus the Jags. Jags game is a primetime game, and then they go at Dallas. So this is not an easy stretch of games by any means, and they are not playing the best football right now. Like we said, they're 2-7 in their last 9 games they've played. We, like Eagles fans, we have to pump the brakes on everything right now. Like, if the Cowboys lose next week, all right, do they play before you? Where are the Cowboys? Okay, they do not play before you, so you can talk a little bit this weekend if you win. But we have to stop doing this thing where when the Cowboys lose a game, it's like you won the Super Bowl, which
let's remember Nick Foles won you a Super Bowl. It wasn't Carson Wentz, wasn't Jalen Hurts. Nick Foles is your best quarterback of all time. You cannot talk because then you're going to feel it from me on Monday morning when you guys lose.
This
or
is the
Tuesday
last.
morning.
And listen, we have a platform here. This is the last guy you want to be talking about the Birds. Actually, that's not true, but you could really lay into them if you want.
I'm pretty nice to them, to be
I
honest.
actually think you're fair. Like, you're not like your douchebag, typical Cowboys.
Was I
fan.
wrong that Jalen Hurts, if he had played like Cooper Rush and protected the ball, they might win the game last night? No.
Someone actually, in one of the GMs that I'm in, said that if you played like Cooper Rush, it wasn't you, someone else. I think it was in my Jaeger Bomber, the Westchester Boys GM.
Yeah.
Someone said something about Cooper Rush, and I'm
it's
like,
a fact. It's a fact. Kirk Cousins went out there and played like Cooper Rush. He protected the ball. He took hits. You know, like, let's just pump fake and tuck. Pump fake and tuck. Just protect the ball. Get points on the board.
That
Don't
was a
turn it
really
over.
big win for Kirk Cousins
was
because
massive.
there was a lot of speculation that he's not the same guy. He is not healthy, and he just can't move in the pocket. I thought it's funny because when you see him drop back, it looks like he just does like a 2 to 3 step drop back and just sits. And you can already see the pocket collapsing on him. And you're like, oh no,
because he can't move.
But then he makes like that one sudden. He just moves up in the pocket like once and just gets it out.
Yeah,
like, and that's the problem. He can't move, and like it's not. You really have to be banking on your O-line to protect you at all times. And they have a very good O-line. So that's a really big win for Raheem Morris. Also, there was a stat. Trailing at halftime, he was 9-28 as a head coach. He's now 10-28.
Let's go.
But yeah, that's a good win for the Falcons. They came out, especially after that L they took against the Steelers. They stuck to their plan, give Bijan the ball, get the guys involved, try to get Drake London involved. The one thing they have to do is just they got to feed Kyle Pitts more, man. You don't take a guy number 4 overall in the draft and you use him as a blocking fucking tight end. Mm-hmm. You got to give him an opportunity, man. How many people, he is the one player in fantasy that just frustrates the fuck out of everyone because you know his potential, he just doesn't get fed.
I thought he played well last night. I thought in the moments he got the ball, like he had a few where he caught it and they needed to get that first down. He fought for it and got it.
But the problem is it's only a few. They need to get him more involved. Like,
like
listen,
Garrett
if
Wilson.
he's getting, thank you. If he's getting 4 targets a game, that's an issue, man. Because Darnell Mooney, listen, I actually am a big guy on Darnell Mooney. He was
I actually
great
called
there.
it last night. I called it.
Yeah,
Ethan, I told you, Darnell Mooney, anytime touchdown.
And also they're missing Rondale Moore. That's another guy that really hurts. But yeah, overall, I think it was a really good game. Shout out to the Falcons for getting the dub. Shout out to Raheem Morris for his first win as a Falcons head coach.
Yep.
We got to get into this game right here. We need to talk about
I have
this
one
game.
more thing to say about the Eagles game, then we're going to get into this.
Okay.
Shout out to Eagles fans. You got your first taste of Kellen Moore offense where you just forget you have one of the best players at running back. So congrats to you. Congrats to you. Let's clap it up for them. Clap it up for them. Yep, all you guys said that he was going to change everything. Nope, the guy will never change. He looks like a Pillsbury Doughboy, and I hate him.
Listen,
Okay.
wait, real quick. I actually thought he called a decent game, though.
He did.
I thought it looked all right.
You can't forget that you got Saquon for the whole beginning of if they just kept running Saquon, they score.
We have to talk about that too.
We're going to. We'll get there.
Okay,
we'll get there.
good.
Don't
Hold on, real
don't
quick.
get your panties in a bunch.
Are you? Because when I work in the morning, I always put this on just so I can prep and everything. Are you a get up guy? Are you a first take guy? Are you a good morning football guy? I'm a massive get up guy. I will listen to Greeny and Jeff Saturday and Dan for the rest of my life. And Damian Woody, I love them. They're awesome.
I would go get up, good morning football,
first take.
I might have something else in there before first take.
I love my boy Rich Eisen. Gotta love him.
Yeah.
That's like if I'm scrolling on YouTube and I'm driving, gotta hear some football.
Part of my take.
Part of my take, yeah. But yeah,
love those
get
guys.
up. Get up. I love those guys.
Get up. They're great. All right, let's get into Sunday Night Football here. The Texans beat the Bears 19-13. Wasn't a surprise, but it was kind of a surprise with how close it was. The Texans failed to cover the spread by a half point.
A fucking point. Of course. Typical.
But the Bears looked a lot better on offense this game. I'm not saying it was great, but they looked a lot better on offense. Listen, the fact that they held this Texans offense to 19 points is pretty impressive. Because in the first half they looked efficient. I actually took a note saying that it looked like the Bears were in prevent defense the whole first half, just based on how easy it looked.
Yeah. Well, I will say this: like, I don't want to. I don't think I think we knew that Bears' potential, and we knew that the players that they got, this was like, okay, like I wouldn't say they don't have an excuse. Like they have no excuse. They have to win. Like it's early. You have a rookie quarterback, and you're going to go through some growing pains. Like that's going to happen. They're going to be very good in the future. They might even be good this year where they can maybe sneak in a wild card, but I don't know. It just depends on how healthy these receivers can get, because Rome's playing on one knee right now, and Keenan Allen is out. Mm-hmm. So I think in terms of the game, I think Caleb actually played really well. I thought he looked accurate. I thought he was making the right reads. I thought he was very elusive in the pocket. The O-line was just kind of getting fucking tossed around by the Houston defense. And I'll tell you what, man, this is gonna be probably one of my hottest. Not even a hot take, but like if there's one team that's gonna give the Chiefs a problem, or whoever's gonna be in the AFC Championship, most likely the Chiefs, I think it's Houston, because their defense was flying around and they are physical, man. You got Daniil Hunter, you got Will Anderson, you got To'o, whatever his name is. He's fast, dude. The O-line cannot catch up to him. He's fast as shit. You have Derek Stingley, Petrie. You got that Al-Shire dude, Al-Shazir, who, by the way, almost got almost obliterated by the whole fucking bench of the Chicago Bears. Yeah. He plays with fire, man. That defense plays with fire, and they are tough. So they did that. They're a very complete team, bro. They're going to give the Chiefs, not the Bengals, not the Ravens, not us, not the Jets. The Houston Texans are going to give them the most problems because, again, CJ looks great out there. And let's reiterate this. I texted you this. We said that Seattle had the best three wide receiving, or the top wide receiving core, not just 2, but 3, 4 receivers. It is 100% Houston, bro. Yeah. We I don't know how we did not think about that. They are loaded, bro.
I think what was keeping us from saying them last week was that
we were talking.
No one really knew what. Well, yeah, but no one really knew what Stephon Diggs was going to do. You know, like Dalton Schultz is hit or miss sometimes. But when you watch the game last night, Tank Dell. Tank Dell, we got to talk about him. But the rest of this group is dangerous. And they spread the ball out. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys touching the ball last night.
It's one of those offenses where now, if I want to speak a little fantasy terms here, one of either Tank, Nico Collins, or Stephon Diggs is going to go off, and you just got to hope that you have the right one in your lineup. Maybe 2 out of the 3. I don't think all 3 are going to go off unless they blow some team out like the Finns did against the Broncos, 70 to something. That's the only way all these guys are going to go crazy. But it's interesting their approach, or how they approached bringing in Stephon Diggs and bringing in Joe Mixon, because they put the C right on his chest, Stephon Diggs. Yep. They were like, they probably looked at this situation that the Bills were holding with him. They're like, how do you let a guy like that go? He's a leader. He's a veteran. He's still in his prime. They put the C on his chest. And you know what? I think Stephon Diggs needed that. And I really like his fit with Houston. And he's going to teach C.J. Stroud a lot. Nico Collins, I mean, man, what a rejuvenation of his fucking career, because he was I wouldn't say a nobody, but he was average for probably the first 3 years. And then CJ came in, and man, he's a prototype. We don't really see receivers like him. He reminds me a lot of a younger, quicker Mike Evans. Long, tall, physical, can still run routes, good hands. And now obviously you have Tank running in the slot, just got pure speed. D'Amico Ryans was a massive hit. They're a contender, bro. They are 100% a Super Bowl contender. I think they're going to win that division. I thought the Colts would actually give a fight, but they look bad. But Houston, again, I think they held the run game. Swift didn't do shit. I'm telling you, that middle linebacker, To'o, was all over him. He was so electric. The thing with the Bears is I think they are trying to still figure out their identity. I don't think that they are very solidified in who they are as an offense yet, because Caleb's new. It's a second game. And the O-line is still kind of a work in progress. They have good pieces. And they have pretty good receivers. I'm not very high on DJ Moore. I think he's good. I don't think he's like above average or elite. Keenan Allen, when healthy, that's the issue, because he's never healthy. That's a big guy. I think DeAndre Carter was a great fill-in. He played well. And Rome, I mean, we haven't really. It's going to take time, and the Bears fans, they need to be patient with that team because it's very, very early. Again, you shouldn't have any expectation right now. A little bit of expectation because this is the best situation a number 1 overall quarterback has been in. But that's a really good team. You scored 13 points. You held them to 19. You move on. You have the Colts next week. They're 0-2. That's a winnable game. So. Yeah, shout out to Houston, man. They're them.
I agree with you. And one last thing, Caleb Williams, he is a liar. He told his punter that he wasn't going to have to do anything this year, and turns out he's doing a lot. So Caleb Williams, confirmed liar.
He looked a lot better, man.
Looked really good last
night.
He
looked very accurate, and again was making the right throws. I think he had one.
He's going to be good,
but he's going to be very, very good.
He's going to be good.
So,
all right,
good game.
All right, let's get into week number 3. It's crazy. We're already 3 weeks in.
I know. It's got to slow down, man.
It's crazy.
It's got to slow down.
And we're going straight into it. Thursday Night Football, Patriots and the Jets.
Every single year, this game stresses me out. It never does.
Is this the Jets' home opener? It is,
right? This is their home opener.
Okay. They're opening up as a 6.5-point favorite.
Oh, man.
Over-under's 37.5. So.
Oh, man. I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified because the Patriots have looked like an actual team.
Mm-hmm. The run game's been there. Stevenson looks fantastic so far. They're running him out of the Wildcat sometimes. I think he scored out of the Wildcat against Seattle.
He's a volume running back, man. He was falling a lot in drafts. He just gets the ball. And listen, the O-line's going to protect him. They know their identity. Like you see again, when you look at the Bears, they're trying to do different things. You got to give credit to Jacoby Brissett, man. He's looked really good. He's taken control of that offense. He's taken initiative. Mm-hmm. He is scrambling in the pocket. Drake May's learning. This is very good for him, but that's a tough game, man, especially for the Jets. I think the Jets are going to win it, but it's going to be freaking close, man, because the Jets need to come. The Patriots they got nothing to lose, bro. They're going to come out. They're going to try to punch us in the mouth, and we need to respond, and we need to be ready. Mm-hmm. Because that team it's covered the spread in the last 2 weeks. Home game, division game, we have to win that, bro. That's a big must win. If we lose that, that's going to be the decider in the end of the season where we're either one game out or we're one game in to the wild card or division. So it's a must win.
Yeah, I think is it a must win or a can't lose?
I think it's a must win.
Must win.
Because
so you can lose, but you must win.
You must win it.
Okay.
I mean, you're making this tough on me, but it's a must win. We have to win it. We have to win that game, bro. Where we've gotten all this hype, we've made all these moves. Losing Jermaine Johnson is a big blow. He's got an Achilles injury. He's done for the year. That's a big blow. And listen, Joe Douglas, I don't think his job is more so on the line as Saleh and Nathaniel Hackett. Jesus.
Sorry.
But you got to pay him, man. Listen, your whole coaching staff's job is on the line to actually give them some pieces to work with, because again, our D line right now is kind of our issue. Like we lost pieces, and now we just lost Jermaine Johnson, and Hassan's holding out. And you know who could have used Hassan last night? The Birds. They could have used him. So you need to look at the big picture here. He's a valuable asset to this team. He is a stud. He might be a little bit older, but he's going to help out this team on pass rushing downs, and even the run game. You got to just give him a 2-year deal and just give him whatever he wants at this point, man. You can't take a chance.
Why aren't people? I feel like Rodgers and these guys, like, they just aren't calling him. Like, I feel like he would have signed if all these guys were like, dude, just sign a deal. Like, get here.
It's not good.
Let's go. Like, I feel like no one even is reaching out on the team to him.
Yeah, nothing's really. I don't think anything is surfacing. I haven't heard anything about what they're going to be doing with contract negotiations, if they're even chatting about it. But this is where, right now, today, Tuesday, Joe Douglas needs to bring him in, and they need to get something done, because I don't even know if he's training or practicing. This is week 2 now, or going into week 3, where he has not played. We need him. Jermaine Johnson was probably one of our best D linemen besides Quinnen Williams, and we need a guy like Hassan to substitute in and replace Bryce Huff.
Yeah.
And we need that badly. So he needs to get that done, and we need him for week 3, because that's a big week where Jacoby is not going to be going anywhere if he's getting loose on the end. No.
No, I agree with you.
But again, like,
so you guys have the Patriots, but then you have a free game against the Broncos. You'll win that.
I hope so.
But then you got Vikings, Bills, Steelers, and then Patriots again, and then you got the Texans, and then you got the Cardinals.
Listen,
I'm starting to think this is a can't lose.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same shit. It's the same thing. It's like looking like, oh, do you looking at your glass half full or you're looking at not full? You know what I mean? It's just half. You got to look positive. It's a must win for us. It's a must win. We have to win this, dude. We did not look good against the Titans, bro. We didn't. We have to be creative. They're going to stack the box. They're going to blitz. You know the Patriots. We see it every year. They're going to blitz the fuck out of us. Yeah. We have to be creative. Nathaniel Hackett needs to come out, and this is a big game for him. We can't just be doing the same shit and look predictable like we always do. We cannot. Why don't we throw in some reverses? You have Garrett Wilson. You have Xavier Gibson. Why don't you throw some more tosses? Try to go outside in the zone and just kind of roll zone blocking, you know? You have AVT, you have Tyron Smith. Those guys, listen, you're going on your weak side here. You're going on the left side because those guys can block. So even the right side, you have Simpson and Moses. Luckily, I'll tell you what, we've stayed very healthy, which is great. But yeah, we got to win this. And Rodgers, there's no excuse. I don't see why we shouldn't win it. I don't. We're a better team on paper. They got some decent players, but we have to stop them. I'm more, and it's crazy because I feel like I'm a little bit more worried about the defense than the offense. Hopefully DJ Reed comes back too, but it is a must win. If I'm taking the spread, that's a toss up. Like, I feel like the Patriots 6.5 is a lot of points for a divisional game on a primetime game. So I'll probably take the Pats with the spread here. You guys could fade me because I'm 0-4, but that's fine. I'll take the Pats spread.
All right, let's get into this Panthers-Raiders game. And honestly, I don't even want to talk about the game because we kind of know what's probably going to happen. Andy Dalton has taken over the starting role at quarterback for former first-round pick Bryce Young. That always hits a little more when you put the former first-round pick in there. I think this is kind of bullshit, to be completely honest with you. No, him getting benched. I think it's kind of bullshit because what did you expect this kid to do? You traded away everything. You still have a second-round pick next year that isn't even yours. It's still the Bears. You let the Bears basically ruin your franchise.
There's a trade rate.
For a quarterback who you put in your lineup and gave him Adam Thielen.
And Deontay Johnson.
What is he supposed? Those names don't do anything for me. You traded away everything that could have helped them, and you expected him to come in here, and you had unrealistic goals in mind with the team you gave him. He has no O-line. Andy Dalton might die this week. Like, people have to realize Andy Dalton is old. He might die. You're putting an old man. We called you ageist. The Panthers hate old people.
Yeah. I think
Bryce Young's going to play by the second half. Get ready.
I just think for the sake of Bryce's mental state with his play and just the team overall, you score 3 points in the last two weeks. I just think he's got to sit down. He's got to learn a little bit because I think this is the right approach because he just needs a reset. I think I've seen this with Jets quarterbacks where they're doing so bad and they just need to sit back and just watch.
Miami,
what do you mean? Oh, yeah, obviously Miami now.
No, Bryce Young to Miami.
Listen, if I'm the Jets, I would inquire about him 100%.
No, you don't need him.
Because we have Jordan Travis?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, fine. I'll listen to you here.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
College football playoff winner.
It's just, listen, I've seen this record before where you're the worst team in the league. You bring in the number 1 overall pick, and what do you expect him to do, bro? Because the trenches are bad. The deal everywhere on that team is bad. The defense, the secondary's all right, but you can't expect them to do anything, man. They're not good. They're terrible. And I feel for him, man, and I don't see this lasting. I don't think he's going to be a Panther for a long time. I think either next year or the following, he will be gone, and he will be on a different team. And Miami might be one of those teams.
This team isn't good enough to win games.
No.
It's not Bryce Young.
No.
I don't really understand what the Panthers are even trying to do here.
They're a disaster.
Bryce
bro.
Young needs to get picked up by Miami, Tua retire, let Bryce Young go down there with actual weapons, and I guarantee you give him Hill and Waddle, it's over.
I actually
it's over.
agree
You give him 2 running backs. Bro, put Bryce Young in that Miami team, and it is over for the league. Bryce Young, I will guarantee, ready? Guarantee. The Colin Muller guarantee of the season. If Bryce Young goes to Miami, Miami wins the Super Bowl.
Wow. That's bold.
Yep.
They haven't won a Super Bowl since they went undefeated in the 70s.
Yep.
I think a sleeper team that I'll give you 3 teams right now that he should go to. That teams should be inquiring about him.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, the Rams. I think the Rams would be a great suit for them. And off the top of my head here, I'm thinking. I'm still thinking. I don't know.
You should have just done 2 teams.
2 teams.
Okay, there we go.
I think the Rams would be a great spot for him because you're going to get Puka.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Kupp, I don't know how much longer he has, but not only that, you're learning behind a guy, Matthew Stafford.
And Stetson Bennett.
And Stetson Bennett, yeah. But McVay, because again, they're on paper, I think they're a better team than Miami. Miami has better superstar weapons, but like when it comes to defense and O-line, I think they're a lot better. They're kind of the same, maybe like a hair better. But I just think that Sean McVay will unlock the shit out of him. And he doesn't have to play right away. Like, it's not one of those situations where you trade for him and you throw him in after 1 week where he's learning the offense and is ready to go. I don't think so. This is now you're giving him the Justin Fields treatment. You get him on a team, and you just let him sit. Obviously, he's not sitting Justin Fields, but in that principle where he's going to learn behind someone and he gets a fresh start, he's going to be gone. He's not going to be a Carolina Panther at some point. So
yeah, I agree with you.
I think teams should start inquiring about him now.
Yes,
because don't let his career get ruined.
Miami, make it happen. One more thing on the Panthers here. Where do you think they're going to win their first game? Do you want me to go through what they have here?
Go ahead.
Just say yes or no.
Okay.
The moment we get a yes, that's the win. At the Raiders.
No.
Versus the Bengals.
No.
At the Bears.
No.
Versus the Falcons.
No.
At the Commanders. Commies, sorry.
No.
At the Broncos.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll beat the Broncos.
So at the Broncos will be the Panthers' first win of the season.
And I'm also thinking that like Bryce Young's going to start those games. Listen, Andy Dalton is a vet. I mean, he can rejuvenate the offense. You never know. But he can't move. That's the thing.
Yeah, I seriously think like the offensive line is still the offensive line. Like Andy Dalton might die. He might die.
He might die. Right. Yes.
Let's move on to the next game here. Chargers at the Steelers this week. Both are 2-0, so one of the teams, maybe not. They could tie. But the Steelers, 2-0, leading the AFC North at the moment.
Is it time for an apology?
Apology for what?
Us ripping the Steelers like always. Let's be real here. Listen, the offense still isn't. The offense is still. It's boring, but it does. Bam.
All right, so I don't know what happened there, but something got messed up.
No clue.
But we're back.
We're back. The Steelers, they have the best defense in the league right now, and they've rode that defense for the last long time, and it's always been stout. This year they've got much better, and TJ Watt is a force. He's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Again, the offense just has to not turn the ball over and take care of the ball. That's how you're going to win games with that team. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be low scoring. The over-under is going to be set at 36.5, 38.5 every single week. As long as you're getting – they're Iowa. As long as you are getting wins, you cannot count – now you cannot count this team out. They are in that area where they are slowly moving up the leaderboards into our ranking systems where they are actually good. So, great win. I think the Chargers are going to be their biggest test yet. The Chargers are looking good. They run a very similar offense, just a little bit more spread.
Yeah.
And better quarterback. Not very good weapons. So we shall see. That's a tough game. I would probably take.
I'm taking LA.
You're taking LA?
Taking LA. LA's going to win this game. The Steelers can't score points. They're Iowa, so they would have to keep points off the board, and I think the Chargers can get at least to 20.
I hate that spread.
I think 20 is too much for the Steelers to overcome. Think about that.
I know. I will say that offensive line on the Chargers has gotten better. That defense, though, is not good.
No,
it is not good. But you know what? I'll take LA too.
So let's do another schedule breakdown here because we were talking about how they're 2-0 and we always give them crap for being 500. Okay, so they are 2-0. They have 2 wins right now.
We have to throw losses in there.
Okay,
so.
Chargers.
Loss. We'll give them a loss.
At the Colts.
Oof. I'll give them the dub.
Okay, that's 3. Versus the Cowboys.
Oh, man.
Don't be stupid here, Mike. They're only going to score like 10 points.
Have you not seen my mortals?
They're only going to score like 10 points.
Give me the L.
At the Raiders.
I'll take the dub there. They're going to win that game.
Versus the Jets.
That's fucked. Shit. That's terrifying.
Don't be stupid. It's a good defense versus Steelers. The Jets are going to score more than 15 points.
But the thing is, our offense against the Steelers' defense is going to be the problem.
No, but this is in 5 weeks. You guys will be good by then.
Okay, I'll go win for the Jets.
There you go. Don't be dumb. Versus the Giants.
Win.
At the Commanders. Commies, sorry.
Win.
Versus the Ravens.
They play the Ravens well. I'll give them a win, actually.
Ooh. At Browns. Don't they usually body the Browns?
I usually think the Browns body them. I'll give them the L there.
Okay. At the Bengals. To the jungle.
I will give them. Oh man, I'll give them an L.
Versus the Browns.
Win.
At Eagles.
L.
At Ravens.
That's the L.
Versus the Chiefs.
That's an L.
Versus the Bengals.
That's a win.
Okay, so they'll have 9 wins. They're going to be 500 again.
That's perfect.
All right,
that's exactly what I wanted.
That's exactly what we yep. You guys are going to be the same team as always.
Absolutely. That's a win. That's perfect. That's perfect for our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
9-8, they're going to make the playoffs, and then they're going to bounce first round.
We
still hate you guys, but we got to give you all credit. They're playing well. Shout out to Bailey. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to Darius. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Chuck.
Jordan's a half-blood. Or mud-blood? What do you say? Half-blood?
Shout out to Jor. We're going to go Jor. Not Din. Jor.
Okay, half-blood. The Ravens travel to the Cowboys this week, 425. The Ravens are 0-2, looking for their first win. Dallas is coming off of a absolute demolition of their defense.
Abomination.
So this is a very confusing one because usually this would be easy. I mean, the Ravens are 0-2. Yeah, they're going to win the next one. They're not going to go 0-3. But then you look at the Cowboys and you're like, there's no way they give up 40 points again. And there's no way. This is a tough one. This is a nightmare of a game.
I'll be honest, Mahler. I think they come out and they get a win here.
Who?
The Ravens.
Okay, yeah, you said they, and there's 2 teams on the field.
And I'm going to tell you why. I think that Lamar is not going to go 0-3. I think that Lamar is going to run the fucking shit out of the ball. I think Derrick Henry, they're going to just go ground and pound, and they're going to see who's more physical in the trenches. It's going to be one of those games. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be an under game. And I think that it's going to be a time of possession type of game. Mm-hmm. The more and more I think about it, I think the more and more I like the Ravens. And that's not a knock on the Cowboys. I think that's just I think it's time that the Ravens start, because now they got to start winning, because you got a 2-0 team in the Steelers. You got a 1-1 team in the Bengals. Actually, no, 0-2. I'm sorry. That division's still up for grabs in their mind. You bring in a guy like Derrick Henry. You got 2 very good tight ends, more so one, Isaiah Likely. Shout out to you. That's a tough game. That's a very tough game. That's a coin flip. I bet you the spread's like -1.5, -2.5. It's very low. Is it in Baltimore or is it in Dallas?
Nope, it's at Dallas.
At Dallas. This is game of the week. What a great fucking matchup this is. Mm-hmm. I just think the Ravens.
I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be a lot closer.
It's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah,
I think a lot.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Listen, everyone except for the Cowboys fans are going to come out and say that Lamar is going to run over them, Derrick Henry's going to run over them, and the Ravens are going to win this.
Like I just said.
Yeah, I know. You're not a Cowboys fan. As much as you say you want to ride with me, you never do. Dallas Cowboys.
I took y'all last week. against the Poopy Saints. Did anyone expect that to happen, bro? I thought you guys were going to obliterate them.
Okay,
let's be fair.
That's fair. That's fair. Take it back. But you're not riding with me now. Dallas Cowboys are going to come out. The defense is going to be way better.
Do you smell that?
What?
I think that's a Colin Muller mortal.
Absolutely not.
You lying piece of shit. You lying
Absolutely
piece of
not.
shit.
The Dallas Cowboys are going to come out. This defense is going to get fixed up a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. We're going to give up probably like 20 points. Dak's going to have to show out. He's going to have to come back out and be good. He better show up in the cowboy hat. I need Cowboy Dak. And I think Dallas will pull this one out by like 2 points.
Never pull out, but I can see it happening.
You never do. Whoa.
I was going to save my comment for later off the camera.
Cut it. All right. On to the next game. Do you have anything else to say about that one?
No, it's going to be a very close game. I like the under that game. I really do.
One more thing. Jerry Jones, you can suck it. I hate you.
Oh, now what?
What?
What about Jerry Jones now?
No. I just don't like him.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
He didn't really do anything this week.
Just his presence is
he's a
kind of
Sith
irks
Lord.
you.
He is
a Sith Lord.
Last game we're going to go through here, Jacksonville, Buffalo, Monday Night Football. I hate when they do this.
Two Monday night games.
There's 2 Monday night games. I hate this. And they put them like 30 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Why don't you have one start at like 4?
You should have it as like if there's like a West Coast game, like have them start at a certain time and then have them start late because it's going to be 8 o'clock there. Have them start late. It's kind of one of those like, oh, this game starts at 11:30 p.m. Like the real fans will watch it.
I'm cool with that.
Yes.
Hey guys, Mikey here, B Team. Just remember, like, follow, subscribe. We're doing all this work for y'all. All of our insight, all of our stats and facts that we look up for you guys. Like, follow, subscribe. Back to the show.
All right, now we're going to go into a little different segment here. We got Mike with the top 10 quarterbacks at this point.
Now.
So we gave our quarterback rankings, I think it was early August. We are giving you the new rankings right now from Mike's brain. His brain power is going to give you it. What he says is correct. What he says is just. The list is just.
The list is just.
If you disagree,
look at the mortals.
And yeah, then that should tell you everything. That should tell you everything
possible.
So, yep. All right. So over to you, Mike.
All right.
I'm excited for this.
I'm
really excited for this.
This list, I'm going to tell you this now, is going to really rub people the wrong way. It is right now, based off the past 2 weeks. This is not future projections, who's going to finish top 10. This is right now what I've seen, what I've watched, the numbers, and their record. So we're going to start off. This is crazy. We're going to start from 10, and we're going to go to 1.
Yes.
So number 10 here. And again, it's not like I don't want to put these people in the list because there are some people that I do not like at all. Like it's just, this doesn't make sense to have these guys in a top 10 list. But right now, the last 2 weeks, I have to. So number 10, Derek Carr. I mean,
okay.
Listen, he's been, for the last 2 games, 30 for 39 pass completions. 2-0. He's 2-0. He's 2-0. I think he has 1 pick, but that win against the Cowboys, I hate to bring it up, but like that offense looks lethal right now. And I thought they were going to be one of the probably worse, even worse than the fucking Panthers. But you have to throw him in there. He hasn't thrown a lot, but when he has thrown, he has made it worth it, and he has made a completion or a big bomb down to Rashid Shaheed.
Okay, we get it.
All
Give
right.
me number 9.
So Derek Carr, number 10. You got to throw him in there. Number 9, good old Sam Darnold. I'm sorry.
Homer pick.
Dude, he just beat the Niners. They are probably going to come out of the NFC, and he just worked the Niners at home, being a bridge quarterback to a lot of people. The man's a starter in this league, and I'm tired of it. He's a starter in this league. I've been trying to say it. He's a starter in this league. With the Vikings, a good offensive coach, weapons. TJ Hawkinson's not even back yet. Let's just say that. 2 touchdowns in 2 games. 2-0. Another big win for the Niners. Sam Darnold looks accurate, is making the right decisions. Right now, he's a top 10 quarterback. I'm sorry. Who else is better than him? Besides the other 8.
Well, there's
besides the other
8 guys.
He is a top 10 guy. I think he deserves to be in this list. That win against the Niners was huge. Number 8, I have big old Dak Prescott. listen, that week 1 win against Cleveland was huge.
I'll accept that.
And I think at 8 is fair. Granted, they did get absolutely mollywathed by the Saints. We know that. But he's still a leader. He doesn't have Jake Ferguson anymore. He has CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. We're in the same situation as last year. I didn't think the loss was really on him. I thought the defense just looked abysmal. Still a leader. He's been very accurate.
Yep.
I think right now you got to keep him in the top 10 because he's making the right throws. He's making the right reads, and he's still leading this offense. The offense didn't look that bad against the Saints. The defense was just so bad. So I got to throw him in there. We'll put him at 8.
Thank you.
Number 7. This is going to probably be a little bit of a head scratcher. I got to go Lamar, bro. I have to put him here. Did he not look great against the Raiders? No, he didn't. You got to give credit to the Raiders for winning that game. They looked great. Gardner played well. He played exceptional, to be honest. Brock Bowers is going to be a star in this league. That's another guy we forgot about for the Rookie of the Year, by the way, or Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's him, Malik, and Marv. I just think they have a limited wide receiving core. You're not going to win games when you have 5'9" Zay Flowers as a wide receiver 1. Solid guy. But after that,
you don't like short people?
The short people are fine, but as a wide receiver 1, kind of odd. But Amon-Ra is pretty short too, so whatever.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek's in his own fucking. He's
short. Is he a wide receiver 1?
Yeah, but his speed is ridiculous.
Okay, is he a wide receiver 1?
Yeah, but I'm not saying height depicts if you're a wide receiver 1 or not. I just think that Zay Flowers.
Devontae Smith was wide receiver 1 last night.
He's tall.
He's skinny.
But he's tall.
Small.
He's him.
Small.
Him. So this isn't stop. This is not a knock on Zay Flowers. But who is after Zay Flowers, bro? Rashad Bateman? Come on now. He's a bust.
Likely.
He's a bust. He's a tight end.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews is declining. He's regressing.
Okay, number 6.
Hold on. I'm not done yet. He put the team on his back against Kansas City, and they potentially could have won that game. If Isaiah Likely's foot was smaller, they go for 2. They most likely win it. And again,
if Isaiah Likely's foot is in bounds, you put Lamar at number 2.
I put him. No, I would not. I would put him close though.
That was a trap question.
He'd be top 5.
That was a trap question.
Whatever.
Okay, number 6.
I got Kyler Murray at number 6. I mean, that game, he's. If there's one quarterback that's probably the toughest to tackle in the pocket or scrambling, it's Kyler Murray. I think we forgot about that. This is what we've wanted to see to be solidified to make a statement on Kyler Murray. He finally knows that he needs to throw the ball to Marvin Harrison. That actually is his job.
Yep.
And he has no interceptions through 2 games. So I think that win against the Rams was a big win. He looks good. He looks accurate. And they're riding. They're riding with him right now. So number 6, I think Kyler Murray's fair. I got
5.
I got Burrow at 5. And I have him there for a couple of reasons. He was 23 of 26 at Kansas City, who also has a top 5 defense. The wide receiver core is limited. Jamar Chase looks like a diva right now, and it's not good. Again, at Arrowhead with that defense and Patty Mahomes, they should have won that game, except for a stupid PI penalty. I thought he played really well, Joe Burrow. I'd like to see him back in action. Besides that crucial fumble, I'll give him 5. Again, you could put Kyler at 5 right now. You could put Sam Darnold at 5 right now. That's just me. But at 5 is solid.
Wait, so you could put Sam Darnold at 5 right now?
And Dak Prescott too.
I was going to say,
I'm
if you're
just
going to list
saying-
everyone, I mean, you put Dak above Sam Darnold. If you could put Sam Darnold at 5, you got to be able to put Dak at 5. There's disrespect here, Mike. It's okay. Number 4. Number 4.
This is my guy, and I wish I would have put him higher. Baker fucking Mayfield, bro. Baker Mayfield, he might finish as a top 5 quarterback throughout the year. I think this is his year right now. 4 touchdowns in week 1, a win at Detroit, and then he was a spark that they needed, bro. The Tampa Bay Bucks needed a guy like him to rejuvenate that offense. Mike Evans loves him. Chris Godwin loves him. He's just balling out there, man. And to beat Detroit in Detroit, getting sacked 4.5 times by Aiden Hutchinson is that just goes to show heart and grit, man. He's playing out of his mind right now. Also had a rushing touchdown. He's the type of guy that you get a little bit scared when he runs, but like as a non-fan of the Bucks, you see him, you're like, go Baker, go. He looks great and he looks accurate. So Baker at 4, he might be higher in the future. So I think that's a fair one. Number 3, I have CJ Stroud. Again, he's 2-0. He's got a team around him, and he just looks amazing. He's spreading the ball out to all of his receivers and his tight ends. He has control of the offense. He's very accurate, and I think he is now respected by his team, and he has put the league on notice, like solidified. Because again, sophomore slumps happen. I think CJ they pose the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC. Number 2, you still gotta have Patty there, even though he didn't really have a good game against the Chiefs. It's Pat Mahomes. He still has 2 wins. Again, numbers matter, even though they shouldn't have won that game. They still matter, and he's still accurate, and he's still one of the best in the league. Unfortunately, right now, I just think there's one guy better than him, and it's Josh Allen.
Boom! Wow! What a turnaround! You know what?
Do you give me credit for this?
I gotta tell you something here. I was writing down names that you were surely going to leave off, and I had just wrote Josh Allen because I was like, oh, he put Pat Mahomes at 2. There's no way he put Josh Allen
Who else would I put
at
at
1.
1?
Well,
Jalen Hurts?
The whole offseason you were saying, like, this is fantastic. The Bills fans are going to love you. They hated you. They're back on you. And don't you dare ever say number 1 with Jalen Hurts again. He's number 1.
But hold on.
I like that list, though. I like that list.
Dude,
All right,
right?
continue with Josh Allen.
He puts the team on his back, and that's what I was gonna say. Is like, listen, is their window closed for the Super Bowl? Yeah, it's closed. But this man is doing everything he can to just take this team to the promised land. He has no picks. James Cook did go absolutely crazy, but we gotta talk about this receiving core room. Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, good player. Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid. Everyone was so high on this guy, and he hasn't even really gotten much action. But he just looks comfortable. There's stability in that team, in that offense, and that staff. Yep. And he's just on a mission, bro. Like, listen, they almost lost to the Cardinals. He took that game over and hurdled the guy to get into the end zone. Mm-hmm. They look really good right now. I'm impressed. And he's just a fantasy stud. Everyone who has Josh Allen is loving life right now. They're sitting on a beach drinking a fucking pina colada, knowing that they got that man in Buffalo running that damn team, fantasy team, and the Bills. So we'll reiterate. Josh Allen 1, Mahomes 2, Stroud 3, Baker Mayfield at 4. Give him his fucking flowers. Burrow at 5, Kyler 6, Lamar 7, Dak 8. Darnold 9, Derek Carr 10. And again, Derek Carr should be higher on this list, but I just don't have that much. He's got to prove me wrong here. He's got to win another. If he wins next week, I will rethink. Yes, he has to go 3-0. If he throws 2 picks and gets sacked 12 times next week, everyone's going to be back on the Derek Carr sucks train.
Yes.
So
yes,
I like it. I like
that list a lot.
There are some people that are not on it. Jalen Hurts is one of them, and I'll give you a reason why. I just don't think that every interception that this man has thrown has been in such crucial moments of the game, and that is not a good sign, bro. You have Saquon there. You have to use him. He looked good against the Falcons, but I just don't think right now, this is a list right now, that he breaks the top 10. He's definitely 12 for 13. Listen, don't go crazy. Anything can change. This is just my dumbass opinion. Aaron Rodgers, no. I mean,
who am I missing? You said Hurts is 12 or 13. Here's some guys that are notable that you are missing. You're missing Brock Purdy, Matty Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, and Herb.
I don't think any of them are top 10. It's a great list.
I fully agree with you, and I think that they are probably the next 5, and then you got Rodgers in there, but Rodgers, we still TBD.
Yeah, TBD.
But no, I love the list. I love where it came. I love where it went. Pat Mahomes at 2 will certainly not make anyone mad. Am I
wrong?
No.
I don't think I'm wrong, dude.
No.
I mean, listen, he has 2 wins. He looked amazing week 1, but they almost lost 2 games. They could have potentially been 0-2, but he's the future GOAT. But what I've seen from Josh Allen right now, and listen, that man has dealt through adversity, but amongst the whole fan base of the world of the NFL, the Bills themselves. He looks fantastic. So I think it's fair.
I agree with you, and that's a good place to leave off there. Subscribe, like, subscribe, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, comment on this one, please. I'll be
We need
I'll be
debates.
monitoring this.
Come debate us. We got lots of stuff coming your way. We have a giveaway coming, possibly Saquon. We're going to give Saquon away.
Yeah, we're giving Saquon away.
Yep, that's what we're doing. Hopefully, it goes to the Cowboys. All right, so yeah, that's the show. Mike, anything else
I was gonna say, what would you change
on that?
on that list?
Uh,
Additions, subtractions, swaps,
I would put Dak at 6 and Kyler at 8.
and that's it.
That's it.
You think Burrow at 5
Yeah.
is fine?
Yeah, he looked good last week. I agree with everything. Besides, Dak should be above Kyler.
Heard.
Short Kings got to earn their place.
Oh, and you're talking to me about fucking Short Kings. He looks good.
All right, and that's where we're gonna end the show. All right, see you guys.
Bye.